Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dive Spear Eat, and today we are heading out to Palos Verdes, hopefully to grab some bugs. It's going to be a daytime dive, and the conditions look to be all right this morning from what I saw, but the past couple days have been a little rough, which could mean that the sediment that's been kicked up over the past couple days may not have settled yet, but hoping for the best. It's been a long time since I've been diving. The last dive I think was about a month ago. Been out traveling, had a minor back issue, and then got sick for a bit. So I've been itching to head out. Feeling pretty good. Meeting my dive buddy Matt out there. For those of you that may also know him as Mr. California. But we are gonna head out, hopefully grab some bugs and enjoy some lobster later in the day. So let's go head out to Palos Verdes. So this dive, it was pretty darn miserable. The surf was about anywhere from 3 to 7 feet, depending. Visibility anywhere from 1 to 3 feet. Majority of the time 1 foot, so pretty much undivable, I would say. And the biggest thing was the current. The current was really strong. I know right now it's pretty chilly in California, but this was the kind of forefront of that chill. And man, the current was really strong under the water. It's the strongest I felt in a very long time. Felt pretty bad inviting Matt out to a dive where I thought it might be decent. I will say my judgment was impaired by not diving for quite some time. So, but nevertheless, we gave it a shot and try to make it work. But man, just do your own research. Look at the currents, look at the winds. Are there any small craft advisories that could allude to some bad conditions? Do some research before you go out. Make sure it's worthwhile and understand the risk that you're taking, especially in these conditions. I think given that Matt is a very seasoned diver and I would consider myself a somewhat seasoned shore diver, I feel like we didn't have to worry too much going out and in from the shore. But I would say definitely if you're a newer diver, you're not too comfortable with these conditions, 100% avoid these conditions at all costs. I would try to avoid diving these conditions ever, but for today I felt relatively comfortable with Matt in the water, even though it was our first time diving together. So we did have a good time. Nevertheless, enjoy the water, enjoy every moment you have out there, but it was pretty rough. I think this clip shows how bad the visibility was that day. Matt's fins are right in front of my face and I can barely see them. You can see them right there. We're diving down and I'm right behind him. And once we get to the sea floor, you'll see here, it's still really tough to see him, and therefore it's tough to get around him and try to get out of his way. But right here, I just spooked. I didn't know he was right in front of me. And as you can tell, I just made the call to head back up, but really tough to see. And there we go. That wraps up the dive. No bugs, as you may have assumed, and I don't think it's worth showing you the rest of the footage. There's really not much else. Just a bunch of footage of my hands twirling around trying to grab a hold of rocks. But the deepest dive was about 28 feet. Longest dive was 1:05. 11 dives total and an average depth of 19. The overall session was about a little less than an hour, and the my overall heart rate was really interesting on the second screenshot here. The average heart rate was at 55, at max heart rate 62. I find that surprising given the conditions that we're in. I think it just shows that when you're in conditions like this, or any conditions for that matter, diving, it's really key to try to stay calm. And I think I did a decent job of that, or it seems like it. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video, found something useful in it. One thing, or a couple things I would like to share before I close out, is the when you're down there and currents are really rough, instead of trying to kick your way through and maintain your position or move around, I really depend on my arms and grabbing onto rocks, latching on, and trying to hold on, and trying to use structure to hopefully block or divert the currents going in and out. That's really key. Hopefully you're not in those situations to begin with, but if you are, that's something I do. And especially going in and out in high surf zones, classic textbook, go underneath the wave, try to make yourself hydrodynamic as possible, stick your hands out, make a point, try not to stay perpendicular to the wave, and just time the sets. When the sets get more calm, try to kick your way through and then get yourself out on to land as quickly as possible. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully we can grab some more bugs soon. With this weather, probably not anytime soon, but in this season, hopefully it'll open up in the near future. Thanks for watching.